Hello Year 2 and welcome to week 11 of SPAG on Arctic animals and Inuit people. Let's get started. So the first exercise asks us to underline the nouns in the sentences below. I'll give you 10 seconds to have a think about and give me a sentence to describe what a noun is. Okay, so a noun is the name of a person or an animal or a group of people. It can be the name of a place, so a country, and it could be the name of an object. So let's have a look in our sentences to see if we can find any of these types of nouns. Polar bears' paws help them walk on ice and snow. First of all, we have the word polar bears, so that's an animal. And then we have paws, so that is an object, that is a part of the animal. Polar bears' paws help them walk on ice, another object there, and snow, another object. Next sentence. The ice acts as land, and there are also icebergs in the Arctic Ocean. So we have the word ice again, just like we had in the last sentence. The ice acts as land. So land, that could be soil or the earth. So that, again, is an object. The ice acts as land, and there are also icebergs. Here we have another object in the Arctic Ocean. So that's a place, that's an ocean. You need to look out for objects. You can usually find lots of objects in your sentences. So that's quite a tricky one because sometimes we might not think of things as objects. For example, the land, but it still is. Or you might have the wind. You don't really think of the wind as an object, but it still is. So our third sentence says, populations of Inuit people are living in Greenland, Canada, Alaska, Russia, and Denmark. Now, I'm sure for this sentence, you must have spotted lots of nouns, specifically names of places. But let's have a look from the beginning to see if there's anything else. Populations of Inuit people. So we have populations. Okay, that's a group of people. Populations of Inuit people. Again, Inuit people is a group of people, are living in Greenland. We have Canada, we have Alaska, Russia, and Denmark. So lots of places there. Well done. So for the second exercise, we need to underline the verbs in the sentences below. So again, have a quick think about what is a verb. Okay, so verbs are words that describe an action or something that you're doing. So it's a doing word. So let's have a quick look through the sentences to spot these. Dogs pull the sled which the person stands on, and the sled glides along the snow. So we have the word pull. A dog is pulling something. We have the word stands. So a person is standing on something. And the sled glides. So gliding is another action or a doing word. Icebergs are pieces of ice which have broken off and are floating in the ocean. So for this one, we have the word broken, okay, when it breaks, and floating. Again, it's a doing word, floating in the ocean. Houses in the Arctic are often raised from the ground. So for this sentence, we only have one verb. It's the word raised. So they are above the ground. They are pushed above the ground or built above the ground. So raised. Let's have a look at the next one. So this next exercise asks us to underline the adverbs in the sentences below. Now thinking about adverbs, it can be quite tricky. What helps me to remember is breaking the word up into two. So breaking it up into adverbs. So it means that this word has something to do with verbs. So an adverb describes a verb. So it's telling us how someone is acting or how they are doing something. Let's have a look at the first sentence. The polar bear crept cautiously up the snowy hill looking for its prey. So here we have the adverb cautiously. The bear crept cautiously, so he was very careful when he was creeping. Next sentence. A small baby seal swam gracefully in the freezing cold water. So for this one, we have the adverb gracefully. And as you can tell, both of these adverbs finish in the two letters ly, li. So this is another trick to help you spot adverbs. They don't always finish in those two letters, but a lot of the time they do. So the next one says, slowly the Arctic fox peered around the corner to look out for any predators. Again, thinking about the ly ending, we can tell that slowly is our adverb. So the final part of our SPAG section is the spellings. Now for these words, I'd like you to practice them using sentences or using a dictionary to, if you don't know the meaning, to help you give definitions. So explain what each word means. Also for bonus points, would be if you included a conjunction to extend your sentences and make them longer and give extra detail. Very good job.